What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew. Today, we've got a really cool versus for you. It is a cult following kind of versus. Slashers from 85. It is Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, versus Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. And it's next. All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another Versus. We are doing Friday 5 versus Nightmare on Elm Street 2 today. And both come out in 1985. And both trying something a little bit different.
Yeah.
We're to the point where they bombed considerably at the box office and with critics, but have since regained popularity with cult followings. And I myself, partial to 5 more now than ever before, and Andrew was more partial to Part 2 Nightmare. I mean, not partial, but you know what I mean. Like you changed kind of
my stance on how I looked at him.
Yeah, and I kind of feel that way with
5.
With 5 Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday. Sorry, too many movies. Okay, so we're going to start out like we always do. Run through the rigmarole real quick. Like I said, both of them 1985. Friday the 13th, Part 5 was directed by Danny Steinman. And Jack Shoulder directed Freddy's Revenge.
Jack Shoulder also directed a little movie called The Hidden.
Ooh. Yeah, which is a very, very popular and on this channel. Friday 5 had a budget of $2.2 million, which I think a lot of them had kind of around that budget.
Yeah, pretty low.
Pretty low. It made $21.9 million at the box office, so not great. I don't think compared to the other ones, but good. Good enough, over $2 million. Nightmare 2 was a $3 million budget and made about $30 million. So both of them kind of comparable. We're going to be doing story, setting, acting, kills, and scare factor. I think that's kind of our normal spooky movie versus categories. Anything else you want to say about these before we get started?
We hadn't really talked about, like, back in October. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but back in October of 25, we went to Comic-Con in Springfield, Missouri. And one of the questions that I'd asked Tom Morga, who played Jason in this movie, is were there any strange things that happened on the set? Because Danny Steinman had done like adult films.
Yeah.
And so, you got topless women everywhere. And he said that at one time when he's standing in the yard looking up at Tommy's window and Tommy's looking down, you can't see what's going on underneath that top floor, but he said his stunt coordinator actually came out stark naked and just like mooned him.
Yeah.
And trying to get him to crack is Jason. So
was that Dick Warlock, or was that a different story? Because that was when Dick, that was during that shoot is when they had the photo op where him and,
possibly
because Dick brought the Halloween 2 mask and costume and they both posed with it.
Possibly.
But I think he said it might have been Dick Warlock that mooned him, but either way.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah, I think it was him that was fucking with him, which is hilarious. Anyway, and Tom Morga was awesome.
Yeah, Tom Morga was really cool.
Super sweet guy. And it's so funny, like, some of these guys get invested in their characters and some of these guys can get invested in their roles, and he kind of does but doesn't.
Yeah. If I can find that picture of all of us standing there in that panel, I'll
throw it up.
Post it here.
It was a panel with him, the kid from Trick or Treat,
and the original Ghostface.
And the original Lee.
Can't think of his last name.
I feel like a dickhead. Maybe we'll put that up there. But Lee, he was something Lee or Lee something. Not Lee. And you guys in the comments can let me know because I'm
kicking remember. Myself because he actually did some stunts on the Terminator and I didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
And I would have asked him.
Oh, that'd been yeah. He was a cool ass guy too.
Yeah.
Like he was very invested in the Scream franchise. He told us the ones that he didn't really like that much. He told us the ones he loved. He was the one that was the stunt Ghostface that killed Drew Barrymore, and he did some stunt work in 2 as well, Scream 2. Awesome guy, awesome, and the whole panel's cool shit.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Andrew asked a lot of questions, got them talking. They actually were pretty impressed with our questions. Like Tom Morgan came up to me after we broke
shook our hands.
He shook my hands and thanks for the great questions and
yeah,
and it was awesome. He's a super nice guy. That was a fun day. HorrorCon.
Yeah,
Springfield. We definitely got to do that again.
Yeah.
Anyway, these movies. Oh man, they these. Just the subject matter alone, with Jason being dead and them trying to move on to something else. They
were reaching.
They were, and they went back to like this whodunit thing because they wanted to be this big surprise at the end. It wasn't Jason; it was somebody else. It was this copycat killer, and of course they ramped up. They had to cut down on the violence, but they ramped up in the titty. So I mean, and it's not that I'm upset about it, but it's weird. But that franchise, man, it's so crazy what we can get away with now with all that stuff.
Yeah,
sex, violence, especially. And back then it was so crazy, like they just crippled these movies. And these movies were, even the stuff they want to do was pretty tame. Even practical effects, it was pretty damn tame to what they do now.
Yeah,
even with the stuff they would have kept in, probably would have been fairly tame. But anyway, Nightmare 2 is the gay nightmare. Like that's the one where you've got the final girl is a dude, a gay dude, and
he's a scream queen.
He's a scream queen. Yeah, pretty much all I can say.
Yeah, he's actually got a doc out, I think.
Yeah,
called Scream Queen.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's pretty interesting, and there's some interesting subject matter in that movie, which we'll get into as we go along.
Oh well, I mean it's very gay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very gay. But that said, there is some dark and creepy, scary stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
And some good visual. We'll get into it. Like I said, we're going story, setting, acting, kill, scare factor. I think most people know the stories by now. The story in Fridays just basically follows this kid who's
Tommy,
yeah, who is the final girl guy. And then Friday 5 is kind of your run of the mill. Like I said, it's all POV kills, especially up to the end because, well, it's a whodunit at this point, kind of like the first one. So the blood and the kills are kind of weak sauce most of the time, off screen. You have the characters, the visuals, and the titties to kind of get you by. And then you have the story of Tommy, who's crazy Tommy in this one.
Yeah.
And it's just all based on this dude, Roy Burns, who wanted revenge over one of the crazies in the house, killing
his kid, the chocolate boy,
killing chocolate boy.
It just finally snapped.
Yeah, Vic, piece of shit. All right, so story wise, what do we want to go with here? Friday 5 or Nightmare 2?
Is that Tommy story enough for you to not go with the creep factor of Nightmare 2? Because you've got Jesse in that movie, is his name.
Yeah.
And he moves moves into the Elm Street house. I think I said Tommy, but I thought you were talking about that other movie.
No.
He moves into the Elm Street house and things start happening to him, and the whole thing is kind of an allegory for coming out.
Yeah,
and being gay and all that stuff, but
which on Macho Movie Madness we don't relate to at all. But whatever.
But being a straight guy and just trying to imagine, what that would, trying to put yourself in those shoes and how that would be when you've actually got a killer inside of you trying to come out.
Yeah,
I kind of think that's more imaginative than the copycat.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't really care, and I don't resonate with it at all.
Yeah.
But trying to be as objective as possible, I do agree. It represents somebody probably out there.
Right.
And it is imaginative.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Like he was the conduit from Freddy to get from the nightmare world into the real world, which I don't really like that whole aspect of the story.
That's goofy.
I don't think he should be running around killing people in the real world, but
no,
I do think it's more imaginative than
it is.
The whole Roy Burns thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you look at creativity wise, as much as it's gay, I will give that to you.
Yeah.
I for sure will give that to you over the Roy Burns thing. Because the copycat killer has been done a lot.
Yeah.
And we talk about it in real life. And I know how much of a disappointment it was to fans also. I would give it to Nightmare 2 just for creativity alone.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because both of them are weak sauce. So, we're going to go Nightmare 2
for story.
For story, yeah.
Setting, going into it, I think I'm going to go Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Even though you still got that same house from, I don't think the setting's quite as creepy in Friday 2. In Nightmare 2. We're getting these confused.
Yeah, I know. It's so Nightmare 2, there's things that that stand out to me. One, the original house. Two, the beginning dream sequence. I think it was the beginning
on the bus.
Just flying off the road into the desert. And then there's which is moments, but there's scenery there. And then of course the visuals of the pool party and him coming up the fire, and that was cool. But I think overall I do like the Friday, the house, the campground, and everything there. And then you've got other locales that they shot around that time. I think I'm going to go with Friday.
There's
5.
a whole barn sequence there, and then there's the part where Pam, the girl, is running with Reggie.
Yes,
and that's the one where the sweater keeps appearing and disappearing.
Yes,
yeah.
You got Demon.
Mm-hmm. Damn enchiladas.
Yeah, you got an outhouse setting. No, they're both pretty comparable, to be honest with you, but I don't know if I want to tie it. So I'm probably gonna lean Friday 5.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, and visuals and style. I think the movie also, even for a lesser budget, they kind of had their shit figured out by the 5th one. This was only the 2nd Nightmare movie. Visually, and just shots, lighting, everything was captured in those areas way better than they were. I thought Nightmare 2, even if it was a choice, was rather dark in places.
It was,
and I just don't know if it was captured as well. To me, even if it's supposed to be dark, I don't know. I thought it looked better. So okay, we're gonna go Friday 5. Fry 5. Okay, acting.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's a real nut clamper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Tommy is a little bit much in this movie.
Yeah, too much for me.
Vic was over the top. The chocolate boy was over the top.
Pam was fine.
Yeah.
Reggie and his brother Demon
were fine. And I mean, all right.
That's about it.
Dude, Reggie was the coolest character. Or not Reggie, but the Demon. Tommy was okay in places. I thought he played his part okay, but sometimes it was over the top.
Yeah.
I also didn't like his character in this movie as much as
Six.
It's
a good thing Kenny's not here.
I know. Acting wise, I thought they did okay in Nightmare 2. I thought Robert Englund was very dark and menacing in this movie.
Very, very evil.
Very evil.
Jesse is sissified as they try to make that character. God. I do kind of feel for him, like in everything. He is very sympathetic.
Yeah,
in that movie.
Yeah.
His buddy, played by Robert Ressler, Grady, loved that character, and apparently Jesse did too, because he left his girlfriend to go to his room like during that pool party.
Yeah,
I thought those two characters and the dynamics, I thought those were really good. And Lisa at the end, I liked her quite a bit. I think I've talked myself into Nightmare 2.
Nightmare 2. Well, I'll be honest, I'm at a toss up, so I'll give you Nightmare 2. I don't want to cop out, but
yeah,
I'm just like really close on that. There's characters that I like and dislike in both movies. I think acting wise, what they tried to do, I thought was a little bit more. It was inspired. It was they tried harder.
Yeah,
they did. They really at least tried.
The dad, Clu Gallagher, in that movie, he's great.
Yeah,
chasing the parakeet around the room with a broom.
The other characters in Friday 5 were just
red shirts,
and yeah. Okay, kills. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, you've got Freddy running around that pool party, which we don't necessarily like, but I mean, there's some good slashing.
There's
going
visuals.
on there.
There's visuals there I like, but I don't like him being there in the real world.
Yeah, the whole gay scene where the coach who he meets him at the bar like after school, and he ends up getting killed by his own balls and strung up. And that's
was rough.
Weird.
Yeah. Didn't Jesse meet a pretty horrific end in that one?
Well, he ends up living, like at one point though, they do this effect where it's coming through the wall where Freddy comes out his stomach.
That's right.
And that's how he gets into the world.
Right.
But she ends up coaxing him out of Freddy.
Oh, okay.
In the end.
Oh, I got you.
So.
Okay.
But.
I don't know then. I
think I'm leaning Friday.
I think I am too. Even though some of them were off screen kills, and some of them were kind of weak, some of them were not that bad. I mean, Vic killing Chocolate Boy was
pretty graphic.
The
dude, the big tits girl that he was with,
he had the belt around his eyes,
around the eyes,
and then she got the hedge clippers.
Isn't that something? I couldn't think of what the guy's name was, but big tits, and we both know what I'm talking about.
We know what we're talking about here. Just research purposes.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're pretty much a toss up. I would say, because there's not a lot of kills in Friday 2 or Nightmare 2 either. I think I'm gonna edge it to Friday on this one.
Yeah, I think I am too.
And look, we've changed our opinions some on these movies, but we still also recognize that they're pretty weak. So this is not like the most. This is still like kind of best of the worst here.
In some ways, yeah.
In some ways. Yeah. Friday 5. Okay, we're tied up, and then we got to go scare factor. Even though I've come around on Friday 5, just because of the overall funness of the movie, Demon, some quotable lines, and I've explained it all on my solo channel when I did that. I actually ended on 5, and I really want to go back and finish that at some point, but when I have time. But I'm so stretched for time. But I at least want to finish the Friday series because I got all Halloween done. But maybe one day we can do that. But I do remember saying that I have really come around on Friday 5. And I still have. I still like it. Every now and then I will still pull down and watch it because it still feels like Friday the 13th, even though it's not Jason. That you still have the nightmare, or you have the dream sequence at the beginning with Corey Feldman and real Jason and that. I don't hate Tommy Doyle in this near as much as I used to, but
Tommy Jarvis, I
mean, going back to Halloween here, Tommy Jarvis near as much, but I still like 6 way better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then of course you got your gratuitous stuff. It's a better movie than people give it credit for.
It's a fun bit of nothing.
It is.
Really.
It's a fun bit of nothing. It's not as creative or as different or as good as say like a Halloween 3 for leaving Michael Myers behind, because this was a copycat killer and you still had a Jason theme there. You just kind of duped the audience, but it still has all the other factors there just without it being really Jason. So I mean, it's not near as bad as people want to make it out to be. It could have just been so much better. In Nightmare 2, I don't resonate with the character. I don't like the theme. It's nothing against anybody. It's just not something that resonates with me.
Yeah.
However,
the thought of it's terrifying.
The thought of it is terrifying. Freddy's at one of his darkest here. And as much as I don't care about the theme, other people I'm sure do. And that's great. So, I mean, I can't say the movie's shit because you look at other Freddy movies like 5 and 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were just talking about that in the Hand of Doom.
Yeah. So it's much better than those.
Yeah. This to me is 3rd or 4th best Nightmare movie. Really?
Yeah. Well, and there's not a lot of them.
No.
I mean, unfortunately, as iconic as Freddy is, 1 and 3 are the best.
Mm-hmm. Maybe New Nightmare.
I love New Nightmare. It's different.
4 is okay.
4 is okay, and this is probably right there in between those for me. I'd say somewhere. Yeah. I wouldn't have said that years ago, but I mean, I can recognize that. That's all said. Long story short, this is the darkest we've ever seen Freddy, and there's not a lot of scare factor really in 5.
No, it's more fun than anything.
I think not just visual. Robert Englund's acting, and then of course your
subtext,
your subtext of your story is pretty damn wild.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to give it to Nightmare 2.
Yeah, that's where I was.
I probably would watch Friday 5 over it most of the time.
It would depend on the day with me, because I enjoy Friday 5 in a bad way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I am. But we're gonna have to probably give this the scare factor Nightmare 2, which means that it's going to edge out Friday 5 3-2, just barely for the win. And that's a pretty good win.
Yeah,
that's a good win for Nightmare 2.
How often do we say a Nightmare movie is better than a
Friday movie?
Friday movie.
Not very often. Not very often. I mean, even though a lot of it's copy and pasta, that's good. That's a good win. So I'll give that. So let us know in the comments what you guys think. Let us know what you think about 2 and 5 and what you would declare the winner. Anything else you want to say about these?
No. I think they're definitely worth another watch if you've not seen them in a while, or you've written them off as just, oh, that's the gay one, or that's the one with the copycat killer. There's some decent scenes in both.
Both not untrue statements.
Right.
But there is more there to enjoy or to see for yourself. Just give them a try again, see what you think. Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe. Definitely, we want to hear from you though. Let us know what you think about these movies. What do we got coming up in the future?
We definitely got that Rush Hour versus we've been talking about for weeks.
Yeah, I don't know which one's going to be first or not. Yeah. But we're kind of recording a bunch of stuff all at once. Spoiler. not to ruin the whole.
This isn't live. What?
Yeah. Not to ruin the whole. No, everybody knows people do this all the time. The illusion. We have the same shirts on.
Luckily. Yeah.
Anybody probably not paying attention. Anyway, we're gonna get about some point in Rush Hour 1 and versus 2. We've got a lot of other good content coming, so be sure you're liking and subscribing so you can be there for that.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else to say?
Nothing else to say.
Well, until next time,
we're out of here.